こんにちは。バーチャル YouTuber のヌグムです。尼崎に住んでます。わよ。生き血がすすりたいでの。
If you're into creepy visuals and unsettling internet oddities, there's a strange Japanese YouTube channel called Nugumu, a name that roughly translates to encounter. The channel centers around a bizarre doll-like character who calls himself the virtual Japanese YouTuber Nugumu. This eerie figure appears in almost every upload, and somehow the channel has attracted a surprising following, around 72,000 subscribers at the time of writing. Clearly, Nugumu has managed to grab people's attention, even outside of Japan. But what really makes the videos disturbing isn't just the doll itself, it's the things he says. In several uploads, Nugumu delivers unsettling lines, asking viewers to send him their eyeballs, claiming he's standing right behind you, and reminding the audience that we're all just pieces of meat. All of this plays out while strange, ominous music creeps along in the background, making the entire experience feel deeply uncomfortable.
こんにちは。バーチャル YouTuber の。
Strangely, the videos without Nugumu in them feel even more disturbing. And honestly, that's not even the strangest part of this whole thing. The titles on Nugumu's videos are just complete nonsense. They're basically a jumble of random words and obscure phrases thrown together in a way that barely forms a sentence. It almost feels intentional, like the randomness is part of the whole mystery. But it's not just Nugumu posting weird things either. If you scroll through the comments on any of his videos, things start getting even more unsettling. Even if you only speak English, you can immediately tell something feels off. A lot of the comments are people obsessing over him, talking about how cute he is, how handsome he looks, even complimenting his chest. Some of them go as far as saying they want to have babies with him. His fan base seems extremely devoted, to say the least. And it doesn't stop in the comment section. Many of these fans follow him across social media, constantly praising him and treating him almost like some kind of celebrity. They idolize him. It's all just incredibly bizarre, which raises the obvious question, what exactly is going on here? Because of the strange nature of his uploads, a lot of viewers started coming up with their own theories about Nugumu's videos. Some people believed the clips were packed with hidden or coded messages. Others even speculated that the comments section was secretly being used as a way for people to place orders on the dark web. The idea was that someone could leave a normal-sounding compliment using a specific keyword, which would act as confirmation for whatever they had ordered. Since Nugumu had such a large following and extremely dedicated fans, many people were convinced there had to be something deeper happening behind the scenes. After all, if the videos were just weird for the sake of being weird, the channel probably wouldn't have grown as much as it did, right? Well, it turns out there actually is a deeper meaning behind the channel. One of the video titles has apparently been decoded by viewers, and the translation seems to come out as something like, "It is dead." Even with that translation, though, no one is really sure who or what the phrase is referring to. While reading through discussions on several Japanese websites, it became clear that many people believe the channel might be trying to communicate some kind of hidden message. The problem is that no one has been able to figure out exactly what that message might be. One of the darker theories suggests that this virtual YouTuber is meant to represent the spirit of a child who was never born. At least, that's the story some people believe the channel is hinting at. In the 19th video, there's a moment where a strange noise can be heard along with what sounds like distorted or unclear speech. According to some viewers, if that audio clip is reversed, it seems to say something along the lines of, "Mommy, I wanted to be born too." In the background, there also appears to be the sound of a child crying. People who looked further into the title of that same video claim that a few Japanese users managed to decode part of it. Specifically, in video number 19, they identified the phrase water child, or Mizuko in Japanese. The term is sometimes used to refer to a fetus that was aborted, miscarried, or stillborn. This theme also appeared on Nugumu's Twitter account before his original profile was frozen. After that point, however, the topic seemed to come up much less often. Because of all these details, some viewers think the creator might be trying to send a deeper message, although what that message actually is remains unclear. In many of the videos, Nugumu talks about searching for you and claims that he's standing right behind you, almost like a threat. He also repeatedly mentions gathering or collecting something, but what that something is has never been explained. One word that does appear frequently, however, is meat. All of this has led to one particularly unsettling theory, that Nugumu might represent an onryo, a vengeful spirit from Japanese folklore, possibly connected to the idea of an unborn child. The channel also has its own merchandise store. A lot of the items feature phrases like artificial intelligence, while others include the term deep learning. Both of those ideas seem to follow the same overall theme connected to the channel. Because of that, some people have even wondered if Nugumu could somehow be an AI creating these videos on its own. If that were actually the case, it would be a pretty unsettling thought. The website linked to the channel is just as strange. It's filled with unusual images, bright colors, and a lot of kanji that doesn't seem to form clear or understandable phrases. There are several colored buttons on the page as well. Pressing the green button simply reloads the same page again. The yellow button brings up a page showing some of the videos. The blue button directs you to the YouTube channel, while the pink button leads to the original Twitter account, which has since been suspended. The orange button appears to link to one of the merchandise stores, and the teal button sends you to another one. Even after spending a lot of time looking into the channel and trying to analyze it, it's still difficult to figure out exactly what's going on. Some people believe the videos might be a secret way of sending messages, possibly between certain individuals or even a larger group. Others think it could be the early stages of some kind of cult. Of course, there's also the possibility that the whole thing is simply meant to be a strange and creative project for entertainment. Either way, the channel definitely gives off an unsettling feeling overall. So what do you think? Is this just an artist uploading unusual videos online? Or could there be something darker behind it? The group Portishead is a trip-hop band from Bristol, UK, that first formed in the early 1990s. Over the years, several of their music videos have gained a lot of attention online. One of them, uploaded to YouTube in 2016, has racked up close to 40 million views. But one of their videos ended up becoming famous for a completely different reason. The video for the song, Only You, looks pretty normal at first. It's exactly the kind of moody, atmospheric visual you'd expect from a trip-hop band like Portishead. However, if you scroll far enough down into the comment section, you'll eventually start noticing something strange. Beginning in December 2018, a user named DWoot began posting comments under the video, and not just a few. Over the course of several months, the account left thousands of comments on that single video. On some days, the user posted hundreds of times. Most of the messages read like angry, disjointed rants aimed at an unknown person or group. In some cases, it almost looks like the user is carrying on an argument with themselves through multiple replies in the comment section. Some of the comments are extremely explicit, but even the more mild ones are unsettling. For example, one comment reads, "Heaven? Yeah, sure. And yet you still left me here. Well, you won't be going back, and I sure as hell won't take you there." Another says, "Nothing you say or have said means a damn thing when you spoiled evil demons live the way you do, period." At first, the comments seem completely random, but after reading through enough of them, some patterns begin to appear. A number of the posts seem to accuse the band of stealing ideas. According to DWoot, the concepts behind the music and videos that made the band successful were originally theirs, yet they allegedly received no credit or recognition. Because of the language used, many of these accusations are difficult to quote directly. Still, some viewers believe this claim is the reason the user focused so heavily on this specific video, leaving thousands of angry comments beneath it. Naturally, other YouTube users started responding to the account over time. Some of those interactions led to even stranger conversations. In several replies, DWoot claimed to be some kind of interdimensional being, supposedly capable of communicating with people across different timelines. Other comments paint a different picture. In a few posts, the user says they are a woman living in a homeless shelter and that they are receiving messages from a powerful, godlike entity. According to the account, this entity is guiding them on a mission to somehow save humanity from destruction. Even after reading through hundreds of the comments, the full story remains difficult to piece together. Most of the posts are confusing, fragmented, and often contradictory, which has only fueled more speculation on YouTube and Reddit about who the mysterious commenter really is. Because of how frequently DWoot was posting during 2018 and 2019, many people questioned how a single account could produce such an enormous number of comments. Some viewers suggested that the only realistic explanation was that the account might have been automated, possibly run by a bot. However, others pointed out something that complicates that idea. A number of the comments had clearly been edited after they were posted, which isn't typical behavior for automated spam accounts. Because of this, the bot theory doesn't fully explain what was happening. As surprising as it may sound, the available evidence seems to suggest that the comments were actually written individually by a real person. This has led many people to believe that the user may have been dealing with a serious mental health issue, while others think the person might simply have been trying to gain attention online and was willing to go to extreme lengths to do so. But the real motivation behind the posts remains unknown. Another theory that circulated online was that the entire situation could have been some kind of alternate reality game, or ARG, possibly connected to the band Portishead in an attempt to draw more attention to the video for only you. However, this explanation seems unlikely. The account didn't begin posting until more than 3 years after the video was uploaded, which would be an unusual time to launch a promotional campaign. That said, if it really were an ARG, it certainly succeeded in generating curiosity and discussion. After months of leaving long chains of aggressive and confusing comments, DWoot's original account was eventually removed. Even so, the comment section on the video didn't return to normal. Not long after DWoot disappeared, new accounts began appearing in the comments, posting messages written in a very similar tone and style. Most of these accounts, however, only left around 20 to 30 comments total, while DWoot had been posting dozens of times per day. Because of this, many people believe these newer accounts were likely copycats trying to attract attention. A few of the newer accounts, particularly Tracy-PV5CL and Mehwoodever5413, have been suspected by some users to possibly belong to the original DWoot. Even after years of speculation and thousands of strange comments, there still isn't a clear explanation for what the entire situation was really about. And at this point, it's possible that the true purpose behind it may never be fully known. On October 24th, 2022, a YouTube channel called Watch Data uploaded a video titled "The Creepiest Videos on YouTube." The concept was pretty simple. It started with the most viewed creepy videos on the platform and slowly worked its way down the list toward the least viewed ones. At first, most of the videos mentioned were ones that a lot of people had already heard about. If you spend any time watching strange or unsettling content online, chances are you'd recognize at least a few of them. Nothing about the list felt particularly new or mysterious in the beginning. But as the video continued and the view counts got lower and lower, things started to get more interesting. Eventually, the list reached the video with the absolute lowest view count, only 77 views. The video was called Play 2, and it had been uploaded by a YouTube user named Mother8538. Right away, there was something strange about it. The watch data video didn't actually show the clip itself. Instead, all we were given was a screenshot and a short explanation. In the screenshot, you can see what appears to be a person, either a man or a woman, holding a lighter. Along with that image, there was a brief description claiming that the user, Mother8538, gave viewers a warning at the start of the video, telling them that the worst was yet to come. At first glance, it doesn't seem like much of a mystery. After all, YouTube is full of creepy or unsettling videos. But here's where things get weird. Nobody could actually watch Play 2. Not long after Watch Data uploaded their video, the entire Mother8538 channel disappeared. Every video on it was gone, including Play 2. The account itself had been deleted, along with all of its content. According to some people who were following the situation, the Play 2 video briefly showed up on another website sometime after that, but just as quickly as it appeared, it was removed again. As far as anyone can tell, nobody managed to download or archive it before it vanished. Because of that, the video has essentially turned into a piece of lost media. And that raises a lot of questions. What exactly was in that 19-second clip that made it stand out enough to be included in a list of the creepiest videos on YouTube? Was there something in the footage that wasn't supposed to be there? Something that broke YouTube's guidelines so severely that the channel disappeared soon after? Or is the whole situation being blown out of proportion? Some clues do exist. The Mother8538 channel was partially archived online, and by looking through snapshots on the Wayback Machine, you can get a rough idea of what the channel looked like before it disappeared. Those archived pages show that Mother8538 had uploaded several videos, and they all seem to date back to around 2015, years before the watch data video ever mentioned them. The archives also reveal that Play 2 was only about 19 seconds long, which makes the mystery even stranger. 19 seconds isn't very long at all. So whatever was in that video must have been incredibly unsettling to leave such an impression, or at least unsettling enough to spark curiosity once people realized it couldn't be found anywhere anymore. Another thing the archived channel shows is that the videos barely had any views at all. This wasn't some huge creator with a following. It was a tiny, obscure channel that most people would have never discovered on their own. That's part of what makes the whole situation so strange. Because of how small the channel was, the chances that someone downloaded or saved the video before it disappeared are pretty slim. And without a saved copy somewhere on the internet, there may be no way of ever seeing it again. For now, Play 2 by Mother853. 8 remains a mystery, a short, obscure video that once existed on YouTube, briefly caught people's attention, and then vanished without leaving much behind except a screenshot and a lot of speculation. Maybe someday, someone will stumble across a saved copy of the clip, tucked away on an old hard drive, or hidden on some forgotten corner of the internet. But until that happens, the truth about what was actually in that 19-second video is still unknown. And for now, all we can really do is wait and see if it ever resurfaces.